Hi, I'm Shauna from Family Travel Fever, and today I have a little helper with me. This is my little guy. He's going to help me tell you about the 27 different pros and cons of RV travel. So we're here in our 35-foot travel trailer that we travel with our family in. This is our newest little guy. We're a family of 8, but our oldest is grown up, so we traveled together with 5 of our kids, and this guy's the littlest. So I want to help you decide if RV travel is right for you. He's going to tell you all about it too. So let's get started. One of the best benefits of RV travel is that it could slash the cost of your trip. Since you have your transportation and your sleeping arrangements, your entertainment, your food, everything in one unit, you could save a lot of money, and especially if you find a really great deal on an RV, we have a whole different video about how to find the best deal on an RV. I give you my hacks for that. The next benefit is that you get to see more sights on a road trip. You can stop, see things, park, camp, keep moving along. This is one of the best reasons. And with kids and little guys, not having to pack and unpack at every stop is awesome and amazing, because I've done a lot of the road trips, stopping at hotels, unpacking into the hotel, repacking, and I tell you, that gets old. So another benefit is I get to hang out with this guy a lot more. We get more family time when we're together in an RV. So, and right now, we are all worried about passing germs around and making sure everything's sanitary. In an RV, you can have a completely contactless vacation, except for pumping gas. But one of the biggest benefits is there's less germs and risk of illness because we're not in large groups. You can be as isolated as you choose. And here's the best part for me, is I never have to use a gas station bathroom with any of my kids or myself. If we have to go to the bathroom, we can stop, pull over at a safe place or off somewhere in a rest area, and I can walk from my truck all the way back to my own bathroom and wash my hands in the water. RVs are perfect for visiting national parks and being able to stay in the park. You can, especially if you have a smaller RV, you don't have to drive back and forth to more distant hotels. You can be right there and enjoy the night programs. When you do stay in campgrounds, you will quickly learn there is quite an RV community, and you get to become a part of the community. Your RV will be your guest pass into the RV community. You will get to meet lots of friends. The kids play together. The very first time I rented or had an RV, I took it to a campground, and the host, I obviously had no idea what I was doing, and she was so nice. She came over and told me all the insider secrets about using electric and how to hook things up and the easiest hacks. She was amazingly nice, and the RV community is awesome. I mentioned the benefits. One of the biggest benefits is having all the comforts at home. That's one of my biggest benefits on the road. I can have my own bed. I can have a bed for this guy. We can cook and eat and use the bathroom. Everything for us is in here. I will show you around a little bit about in here. You can see I'm standing here inside, and you can see this is our couch, and our kitchen is right here. I can cook everything that I want to cook right in here. And the biggest benefit, of course, is lasting memories. The very first time we went, I've said this before, we rented it out of Toronto. We rented a 35-foot motorhome, and it was just an amazing trip that we all remember. It was before this guy. But we fit 4 kids in that one, and we just went around You do different things and have so many fun times. If you're totally convinced, I'm going to be a little bit of a wet blanket and a downer and talk about the cons of renting an RV or RV travel. It is, like I said, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. So you should at least be aware of it. If any of these are deal breakers for you, then you might want to consider different accommodations and mode of transportation for your trip. So if you're renting an RV, that can definitely cost more than buying over time. I suggest renting the first time so that you can understand if you love it or not without sinking a bunch of money into it, but renting over time can cost more money. Because you are living in a little tiny space, a tiny home, and you're doing all of your own things that you would at home, the comforts of home are here, the chores of home are also here. So you will be doing chores. You will have to hook up your own water, your own sewage, your own electricity. You're going to be cooking and cleaning. You can do a lot of the prep ahead of time, but you will be doing more of that than if you stay, say, in all-inclusive or hotels or go to restaurants. Also, you're going to have a lot of people and a lot less space. The benefit, of course, is the family time and togetherness, but there could always be too much togetherness, and you can get on each other's nerves if you can't spread out, especially if you're in here for a rainy day or two. And less space means more clutter. Sometimes I feel like I am cleaning all day long. The smaller space is awesome. I can clean my entire house when I'm in here in 10 minutes, whereas my big house would take hours and hours. So I can clean quickly, but it also seems like it's never ending because the clutter adds up quick. And I also said about the chores, it can be a lot of trouble. You have to rent your RV, you have to hook it up, you have to make all the plans for the campgrounds, getting campsites ahead of time, figuring out which roads you can travel on, which places you can park at. If you can't fit through a city, it can be a little bit of trouble, especially if your plans included some city work. And the campsites have to be, many campsites, the best campsites have to be reserved in advance. So you will have some extra planning. One of the big downsizes is the size of the vehicle. That causes two problems because driving is a problem, and if you're not good at it, it takes a little practice, and you will find that there are many parking restrictions. You can't just roll into town and pull into a parking lot. You have to have enough space to park the RV and need to sometimes back it up. You also, because of the size of the RV, especially if you're in a larger motorhome or a travel trailer, you can't really sneak into town. You will be very noticeable. Some people in smaller vans or cars like to just camp places, but if you're larger, you will be noticed. There in a campground, if you are driving a motorhome or have a travel trailer with an extra vehicle, sometimes you will have to pay an extra vehicle fee above what you have, and so that can add a little bit of expense. Now let's talk about the drawbacks of gas, of the fuel. So RVs are inefficient. They have a larger tank. Ours is actually a travel trailer. It hooks up to our truck, and we lose about 30% of our fuel economy when towing. So if you are planning on getting a travel trailer and towing, you will use more fuel in doing that, or an RV will use a lot of fuel. You can expect to lose 20 to 50% on your fuel economy. If you're having a motorhome or you're towing with a diesel truck, diesel can be difficult to deal with. Some places have diesel all over the place, other places don't. So you might be searching for gas stations And the last thing is one of the reasons, actually, the benefit of renting on a peer-to-peer network, somebody's own, is those embarrassing logos. If you're in a Cruise America or a different RV company, sometimes they have stickers all over the place, and you will be a rolling advertisement for them. Some people may not like that. One of the ways to get around this is to go with the peer-to-peer network. We rent ours out on RV Share and Outdoorsy, and people can come. You just look like it's yours because it's our family trailer, and you can get around that right away. So those are the ones I could come up with. You can always ask me more questions about what it's like. Like I said, we currently travel with 5 kids, baby to 12, in our RV, but we've had our oldest, our grandchildren, grandparents along with us, and so we have a whole variety of vacations. And we have rental experience that we can answer your rental questions. If you are planning a vacation where you are renting an RV, a motorhome, or a travel trailer, make sure to subscribe and follow us, because this is a series in helping you rent the perfect trailer for yourself and have an amazing family vacation. So subscribe and check out our other videos and our series on the blog.